Okay, my friends, so I applied the first coat of primer already. I'm just gonna let this dry out before I do the second coat. And I forgot to mention something very, very important. Before you apply primer to the pink foam on the plastic surface, you need to sand it down. I use 220 sandpaper to take the shine off of it. You do this over the pink foam, of course, and over your tape hinges. This will allow the paint to stick to it. If you don't sand it, the paint will not stick to it. So you need to make sure you do the sanding on it. And in this way, pretty much whenever you're painting it, you have to put some trimming tape. When you peel that tape back, the paint is not going to come off with the tape. So anyway, I'm going to let this dry and we're going to do another coat on it. Okay, my friends, so the primer is already dry. This is actually the next day after I did the pretty much 3 coats on it. There is 3 coats on the fuselage and there is only 2 coats on the wing that you can actually nope, the bottom of the wing only has 1 coat. The top of the wing has 2 coats, and you can actually tell, you can see how much cover that red is right there compared to the bottom one that only has 1 coat. You can see it a lot more, and the fuselage you can actually barely see it now because he has 3 coats on it. But I think that's plenty. I'm not too worried about the bottom of the wing because now my base colors are going to be, the main color on the aircraft is going to be white, and the name brand of this one is Krylon. Now this company normally makes regular spray paint, you know, that it will not be foam safe pretty much. Now they have this version of it now that they call shortcuts. This is a hobby grade. This one will not eat your foam, so you can actually spray foam with this paint. And I also use this one. I don't really use this one that much, but it is also foam safe. It's called Design Master. This particular paint, you're only going to find it at Michael's. Now this one over here, the Shortcuts Krylon, you're going to find it at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and Walmart. So you can find it on more places, and it's comparably to the price of, this is Shortcut too. I have a bunch of paint over here. Pretty much the one that I use all the time, the Testors, the Testors brand. That brand right there is about $5 a can, the little cans, while the Shortcuts are only $3 and something cents, $3.27. So it's almost $2 cheaper. So I've been using this brand now. Anyway, that one and the Design Masters. So pretty much what I'm gonna do now is spray it all white. It's probably gonna have 2 coats of white too, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. It's dark outside already, so I'm actually gonna go outside, do 1 coat out there with a flashlight, and just gonna leave it out there drying overnight, and tomorrow morning I'm gonna do the second coat on it. Okay, so pretty much the fuselage is taped up, ready to go. Everything that you see on blue is actually gonna be white at the end of it, and everything that you see white is gonna be blue. So I'm ready to spray it. That's why, as you see, I tape everything up already, and the elevators, because they're not gonna be painted at all, or the vertical stabilizers, you know, I just cover them with the back. I didn't want to waste so much paper, you know, and tape. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and spray this, my friends, and then we're gonna pull the tape off so we can take a look at it. Okay, my friends, so now pretty much this, I'm already taking the tape off of it, and I actually did 4 coats of that paint. Because this paint, unlike Testors paint, you know, is actually a little bit more tan, I think, and the way they design the bit, it doesn't spray it as good as the Testors paint. Even the Shortcuts spray better. But anyway, you just need a few coats, mainly because I think it's a very light paint, so you have to put a bunch of coats there to get that consistent color, you know. Because if we take a closer look at the wing, you know, you still see the pink paint right here, but you know, this is only 1 coat, and you see the inconsistency on the stripes. You really can't tell it on the camera, but I can see it myself, you know. So I probably need another 2 coats on this to make it all solid and even. But anyway, 4 coats on this one. I apply 1 coat and let it dry for about 15 minutes. And that is a good thing, though. This paint dries to touch after about 2 minutes. It's dry, like dry. So anyway, I'm peeling back the tape now. Pretty much, so that's gonna be the color that's gonna stay white right there. Just trying to be very easy, gentle, pretty much peeling this tape back. And if you remember, if you do pretty much when you're painting, if you do what I mentioned at the beginning of this video, you know, if you sand the pink foam, you make sure you sand it good before you do any painting. When you peel your tape back, as you can see right here, you see the tape is coming out clean. There is no paint at all on the bottom of this tape because the paint found a good surface pretty much to attach to. See right there? Okay, now this next one. I think, yeah, I got some of the paint under that tape. It bleed blue. I'm gonna see if I can trim that out. Again, you can see that this tapestry has a bunch of spots like that one right there. You can see they bleed out too under the tape. Anyway, that's it. That's pretty much all. There's some tape on here that I haven't taken off, but overall it covered good. So now I'm pretty much going to paint the black windows.
Daddy.
Okay, my friends, so the paint job is almost done. Right now I'm actually just applying the decals on it. Apply my decals on it, and of course you see it's hard to see. I set up the camera wrong. I put it on dark just so the light won't reflect on it so much. But anyway, I'm using a paper that I got off eBay. This is the paper. This is off eBay. I think it was like $7 for 5 sheets of 11 by 8 by 11.5. That's the sheet. This is actually one. This is already a decal sheet. Is there drying? So right here. This one is gonna go on the wing, big old panther. Pretty much I'm just doing it the way you normally do it, so I'm gonna go ahead and show how I do this one right here. Nothing fancy, just something that probably most of you have done before too. So anyway, I already wet the decal. I like to put it on water and leave it on the water for about 5 seconds, then I pull it out and then let it dry a little bit. Pretty much let the thing, pretty much so that so the decal actually moves off the paper. Now as you can see, I'm using a little brush and I'm wetting the area a little bit. And what I like to do, let's put it in place where I want it at. And yeah, there it goes. It's a little bit hard to get it started, but when you get it going, that's it. Just pull the paper off. And as you go, be working it with the brush very easy. You don't want to put too much pressure on it. The paper is out. Now from the center out, we work any bubbles. Very gentle, because sometimes there is some paper out there that is very cheap and the paint will come off of it if you push it too much. This one seems to be working pretty good to be a $7 pretty much sheet of paper. So well, anyway, my friends, that one is done. We're gonna move into putting this thing back together now. Okay, my friends, so I'm through with the paint job and it's late, so it's actually a little dark outside right now. But this is what the cup looks like. See, I put a pink panther on this wing, and over here we have Falcons RC, build, fly, crash, rebuild. Of course, and these are my main gears, wing struts. And back over here we got the pink cup, of course. So it turned out pretty good. It looks freaking awesome. I cannot wait for this weekend now, my friends. So this weekend we're finally gonna get to see it fly in all its colors. So okay, my friends, thank you for watching. Subscribe. See you next fly.